day, welcome to another episode of what has been trending within the last 24 hours. My name is Angelo, your uncle. This is Nation's Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. Hope you stay tuned with us. Now, my first my updates is something about Peter Gregory Obi. Now, he celebrated his 62nd birthday yesterday, and lots of videos on his birthday went viral. Now, one amongst those videos that went viral is that of his birthday celebration and get-together in Abuja. But this particular one is talking about the way he celebrated the birthday in the afternoon before ending with the get-together in the evening. Now, he went to, or he visited somewhere in Plateau State, far away, to celebrate his birthday with the less privileged. Isn't that something special? Now, did you know who he celebrated with? He celebrated with people living in the IDP camps, the internally displaced persons in Mangu. Now, this is something different and quite different from the ordinary. It's been a long while since we saw a politician, a Nigerian politician, that opted to spend his time and his birthday with destitute, less privileged, and IDPs. All right. So in respect to that, I think I would give you the brief video where he visited these IDPs in Mangu local government in Plateau State and what he told them. And do you know the whooping amounts of gifts and quantity of gifts he gave these people? All right, let me shock you. Watch this video. More details when we come back.
Madam will give me my message. I've seen the traditional ruler. I've got to see the traditional ruler. Madam will give people my message. I left the message to him. But let me assure you, as long as you're here, Nigeria is in IDP camp. You must go back to your places. So Madam will tell you, Governor, I've seen everybody. The rest assured, we are committed to ensuring that you return to your villages. Thank you and God bless you.
I love you, sir. Mama, Baba, picture.
No, you're so now you say what you want. No, that's it.
So, who are people managing the camp?
All right, well, you've seen it there, and that's just the truth about the whole thing, because I think it takes someone very special, someone with a special sense of development and a special sort of mindset to celebrate his birthday with IDPs and destitutes and less privileged. Okay, this is quite commendable, and I will say once more, I commend the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Gregory Obi for that, let me say, strange gesture from him, because I would call it strange. This is not, or we are yet to record such an occurrence in the history of Nigerian politics. This should count, or this should be the countless times, or this should be almost the 100th time, let me say, in an exaggerative mood, that he has visited IDPs and less privileged. Now, second on my updates, I have Dele Farotimi, a human rights activist and a retired lawyer, as he is always addressed. He has spoken on the ongoing hike in fuel pump price and the negative impact it has created and caused to Nigerians, especially those living below the means of $1. Now, these people are said to have suffered over time in feeding themselves and trying to live up to expectations, especially in a country that now has a high standard of living accrued to its economy. So Dele Farotimi has cried out to the government to please do something about it, or better still, let the tribunal take its course, and then, if possible, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinibu should ousted from office, and according to him, better people should take over. Yes, so let you listen and hear. Watch also from Dele Farotimi, where he, in an aggrieved manner though, said his mind in the studios.
A friend was using the analogy of a surgery for me today. And he said, oh, it could be likened to a situation where the surgeon ignored to administer anesthesia before commencing the surgery. And I said, no, this is worse. This is a situation where the only thing remaining in Nigeria that the government of Nigeria still gives to the people by default, not necessarily because it wishes them well, but because after it had destroyed our local capacity for refinery, it then began an opaque system that it has never accounted to anyone for. It has destroyed that system. By its own admission, you hear the Nigerian government telling us the bulk of what they are subsidizing are also taken out of the country and smuggled. Is it Iyachukudi and Dauda that were at the border? Are they the custom? What's the so the failure of government at all levels, the impunity of the stealings that attended the subsidy program, nobody is talking about that, but in a very callous and inhuman manner, those who purport to rule over Nigerians were seized by the courage to throw many more people into what is already a bad situation. Whether the man is meeting with his APC people, whoever he cares to meet with, all of us go to the same market. Whether the person voted APC, PDP, PPP, LP, it does not matter now. All of us are in this boat together. But I'm sorry I've taken so long, but there is a lot to unpack because there are presumptions there. The NLC, as far as I'm concerned, is not in a position to speak for us. It might speak for its workers. And it is fine that the workers should be spoken for. But the average Nigerian has had his voice silenced here. And there is no track record of this government or the one before it having the interest of the people at heart. Palliatives for COVID became party items. That is before you even begin to deal with the mindset that would think it was okay to allocate 70 billion to less than 500 human beings, and then you allocate 48,000 naira over 6 months at 80,000 naira monthly to 12 million household, not persons, household, using a system that is completely opaque, not even open to any scrutiny of any sort, the same way they were feeding children at home during COVID. This is the same system that they are now saying they want to use to share the pittance. So please, there is more to this. I'm not going to have a conversation that talks about palliatives, because in reality, they've shared that money already. That's why they can easily seg into, okay, we'll turn it into fertilizer and hose. It's no longer about 8,000 now, it's about fertilizer, because they've spent the money already. So this is not a conversation about NLC representing us. No, it's about, are we even human? Are they even treating us as human beings? How are people supposed to survive this? You moved it to 500 before they are even done breathing. You say let the poor breathe. Before they could even exhale, it's gone up again. And I have it on good authority from persons in the industry that at the rate they are going, is going to go up even more.
Okay, yes, the truth remains that we will continue to have activists and people who are agitating over the recent change in governance, cost in governance, and even the standard of living that has changed abruptly over the short period of time due to the result of, or as a result of, the hike in fuel pump price, the abrupt removal of the fuel or prime motor spirit subsidy, and other occurrences that have undermined the economy over time. since the takeover of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinibu as president. So it is no longer news that Dele Farotimi sadly cried out about these occurrences and faulted the president. Though he was not from his party, he faulted the president in many ways. So it's left for us to see how good Nigeria gets or how better it gets in the near future. Finally, I have Arise News analyst and founder of the Abuja School of Thought, Sam Amadi. He has come out on air to single out the Independent and National Electoral Commission, INEC, for the implications for democracy and development in the country. And he has therefore asked that the commission to step up its operations in order to fix lots of issues that pertain to electoral irregularity and election mishaps in order to bring about the recent occurrence that took place in the just concluded general elections. Watch Sam Amadi give this analysis professionally.
I think first, every election will have logistic shortcomings because of project management capabilities that we don't have in this country or don't have enough capacity. But the real thing that INEC always skips is the integrity failure. That's the critical thing. Look, people were not going to break their head. People were not going to go to court. Have you seen, look at the electoral cases, look at the cases in court. None of them is about voting started 30 minutes after schedule. Nobody really goes to court to challenge, logistic failures. What you go to court is, the votes was 40 for A, 80 for B. INEC and the officials changed it and put, that's what you're going to hear. The key thing INEC is not addresses integrity failure. For example, the Act says you have the power to disqualify. Why will you allow somebody who has fake certificate to process? You have all the time. You are doing consultation, meeting with the road transport union. Why not first do that? If you look at the US, anywhere in the world, you file your intention to contest election. The regulator use that intention to do a probe, tell the public. And when people say this person has no qualification or didn't do that, the regulator excludes you. Now, INEC will play dead brain, flood the whole place with people who are not qualified, fake results everywhere, fake certificate. Then after election, they start between with road transport workers. Look, the key missing thing in this election was failure of integrity that was either deliberate or based on ignorance. In 2019, in this Arise, we debated it and said, INEC is more of a regulator. You cannot do election where you now outsource every of these crises to the courts. You have simple things you can establish. Who is qualified to run? That's the beginning. Who has the papers to run? Who has made wrong entry? Who has not filed his papers within the time allowed? Those things are strict liability. You exclude them, election continues. So INEC bungles everything deliberately and then starts a showboating. Meet with road transport worker, meet with garage sellers, meet with newspaper printers. That's not the job. The real thing that is at stake in this election is integrity. And integrity is critical to economic development, to democracy. You cannot surrender the regulatory power of the state in order to allow few individuals access power and achieve their political ambition. The country, at a moment like this, we need clarity. And that's why the courts now have to step in to second-guess INEC, disregard INEC's error, and restate back the integrity of rules, and restate back the constitutional requirement for qualifications and for declarations and for every writing across all the tribunals. We have to save this country. That's what they call the theory of decay. So Jared Diamond of Columbia wrote about it. It's like a slippery slope. A country begins to go down because the elites overlook critical moral failures. That moral clarity is what we need at this point. To say, look, the republic is more important than anybody's political interest. And if we don't do that, we're going to see the rise of criminal networks. You see judges disappear on the streets. You see now they are trying to force judges to resign in order to create stalemate. We are getting to a dangerous direction, and we need the people to support the court to stand up and save the republic.
Okay, before I say anything on this particular viral video, I would urge our viewers, both old and new, please don't forget to like our videos, don't forget to tap the subscribe button, and then if you are an already existing or incoming subscriber, please tap the notification bell. Do well to do that, so you're going to be the first with first-hand information anytime we drop new content. And then don't also forget to drop a comment for us in the comment section if you feel you have a suggestion for us to move forward or moving forward. And then finally, share these videos to people around you, your family members, your spouses, and so on and so forth, and people outside Nigeria too, so we could go viral. And don't forget to watch till the end. Now finally, on the video you just watched, well, the analyst Sam Amadi is always a professional and authentic analyst, so we don't expect less from him. That particular example or explanation there says it all, that INEC has not been of their best behavior in the last few months, and they need to be sanctioned either from the chairman of the commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, down to the least person involved in the presidential elections mishap, and or other strategies or other ways to punish the commission should be deduced quickly in this new government, so as to instill a sort of discipline in accordance to the Constitution of Nigeria and the welfare of the population of the country. Thank you so much for staying with us. I hope you enjoyed our time together, and I will urge you, please don't forget to make Nation's Voice Tower your most preferred channel to watch anytime, any day. See you next time. Bye.